I'm not talking about general DC fans, okay? Just off the record right now, just striking that off the record right now. I'm talking about a very specific niche of DC fans because holy shit, they think they're fucking entitled, and they are not entitled by any means. They're probably the least entitled people, because their savior does not actually care. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about I'm going to talk about it today. Okay, so Zack Snyder, we all know him. All right, we all know him. He made the all right Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, the director's cut, the one that I thought was fantastic, to a point. I only saw it once. Actually, no, I only saw it twice. I was not gonna sit through a 4-hour movie. Hell no. No. I'm not going to take literally a chunk out of my day, a rather big chunk out of my day, just to watch this movie again. Because, first of all, for filmmaking, 4 hours is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous amount of time. It's so much. Anyways, why am I talking about this? Well, I had a little sort of epiphany when I was scrolling through Twitter today. And right before I was streaming, because I streamed just today, and I had a very big thing happen. I literally just told these people to screw off. It's just a movie. If you want to boycott something, you can. It's totally fine. Just don't get pissy when the critics are like, best fucking thing ever. They do not need Zack Snyder anymore, because when the studio hears that, they're going to be, I told you so. Okay, I told you so. I told you so, Zack Snyder wasn't a good film producer. I told you this. I told you that. Don't get pissy. Just don't get pissy, because I know what's going to happen. You're going to find something that you're just not going to like. You're going to dismiss it because it's not what you want. And then, when the studio gets the money for the movie, you're going to be like, well, that's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. Why do people like this stuff? Don't fucking complain about this. Don't fucking complain about this. Don't bring about your whole restore the Snyderverse shit, because it's already gonna be there. Warner Brothers knows what they're doing. They're stupid sometimes. I mean, come on. The greatest thing to come out of the DC Extended Universe was Aquaman, Wonder Woman, things that Zack Snyder had in mind, the good things. And then some tragedy happened. A tragedy happened, okay? And Warner Brothers decided to move on without him. It's a business decision. Bottom line, it's a business decision. It's a marketing decision. It's a business decision. You cannot go back to where it started. You cannot go back, because at that point, Zack Snyder was out. He was done. He was done. He didn't want to do it. He didn't need to do it. He had other things that were important to him. And then you guys come along and pressure the studio to make this 4-hour long cut of Justice League, which was great. It was great. But don't think you're entitled to every fucking project. Don't think that, because you will be disappointed. You will be disappointed to the ends of the earth. Now, why am I so heated about this? Mostly due to the fact that I'm heated about everything. I mean, my channel is Sodium Overdose. I mean, I get pissed off at every tiny thing. What? You fucker! You piece of shit! But you gotta keep in mind, like I said, you just gotta keep in mind from a marketing and budget and money perspective, you got to find the larger audience. You gotta find the larger audience. Which audience is big enough and is willing to hand money to the studio? Which is willing to do this? Which one is willing to do this? Is it the Zack Snyder fans, which are only pretty much like a 30% of the DC fandom? Or is it the rest of it, the 70% that actually wants to see good movies? Which one do you think Warner Brothers is going to try to appeal to? Yes, it's going to try to appeal to both, of course. Yeah, no shit, of course it's going to try to appeal to both. But it's mostly going to try to appeal to the audience that is interested in a good movie. Not that 30% that's interested in just having one specific thing. I know you guys loved Ben Affleck as Batman. He was great. I loved him. He was awesome. I thought he was a great Batman. But you gotta look at you just gotta look at it. He was done. He didn't want to do it anymore. He was done with it. He was upset. He was not having fun. He was depressed. He was drinking. You know, this DC thing had brought him so much pain. And now he was let go of, and they had got Robert Pattinson to play Batman. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'll give it a chance. Just like how I gave Ben Affleck a chance. You same people that liked Batman, that loved The Dark Knight, thought that you were entitled to Christian Bale coming back for Batman v Superman. No. It would have been cool. It would have been great. It would have been awesome. But that's not how it worked out. And now we're seeing the same thing happen with the Zack Snyder fans that are like, it's not my Batman. He's not my Batman. I'm sorry. It's a temporary job. You realize that Hollywood is not a long-term commitment for some people. Some people don't stay in a role for 20 odd years like some actors do. There are only 2, maybe 3, 4 instances where someone stays a character for that long, okay? I mean, 4 instances. Your Star Treks, your Star Wars, your Marvel, and then your James Bond films. Those are the only times when you take those long-term contracts, dude. And you got to keep in mind that Hollywood looks for actors. They look for actors that have experience. And it's something that I've grown to talk about with certain people. Certain people will stay in a role for so long. It happened with Adam West and his Batman. He was Batman. That was his only role, and that will forever be his only role. Unfortunately, he had talent, but that talent was eaten up by one role. Same thing with Roger Moore as James Bond. I mean, Roger Moore, I only see him as James Bond. I mean, nothing else. Sean Connery, he had some fantastic roles. Like, you know, Henry Jones Sr. in Last Crusade. Of course, he was James Bond, but that wasn't the role that was the role that kind of got him on the radar, but he was an actor. He was an actual actor. And then you got actors like Pierce Brosnan, who, yes, of course, he was essentially typecast as James Bond, but he has a range. And then you look at Harrison Ford, who by all means should have been typecast as Han Solo, but it didn't happen because he's just a fantastic actor. And that's the part that people tend to forget. People tend to forget that actors have to realize when to let go of a part before they're typecast. Some actors realize it too late, and they're like, well, shit, I'm already in this situation. Guess I have to stick with it until I retire. And that's what happens. I'm pretty sure Ben Affleck didn't want to stay Batman. I am 100% sure that he was kind of just like, I don't want to be typecast as this character. Some actors already were, and I just don't want to deal with that. I really don't. Same thing with actors who, like like Captain Picard, like Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart, I see as two characters: Captain Picard and Professor X. Those are the two characters I can only see him in. Now, he's a great actor, don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic actor. He's a stage actor, and I would love to see his stage acting. I mean, he's probably fantastic. Character actors like Ian McKellen who dip their hands in science fiction and superhero movies have done a fantastic job, but they only were in a few movies because they were perfect for the part. And then another thing is they had enough acting experience on their belt where they were like, okay, I will take this role for this many movies and then I'm done because I've had enough of this acting stuff and I want to do more things with my craft. And they do the role, they retire, they move on to other projects. It's with Wolverine too. Hugh Jackman was not going to be Wolverine forever. He was Wolverine for almost 20 years. And that's all I can remember him for. It's a cycle that you need to get out of. It's just something that you need to get into your heads. Your preferences will never be the same. I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point, and it's something that I just wanted to get off my chest. I mean, it's oh my god. Just be thankful you got a Batman movie. Just be thankful. When was the last time we got a solo Batman film? Okay? When was the last time we got a solo Batman film? 2011, 2012? Like, that was the last time we got a Batman movie. Come on, guys. Be thankful that you got a new Batman movie. I mean, Jesus. God. Jeez. I'm gonna have a freaking stroke.